ThatPaulGuy. Today, well, a couple videos ago I said I was going to try to make sure I'm doing videos more often, and I am trying to do that, but there are some things that go and come and go that don't really fit into any particular category. And since I'm not doing It's Thursday anymore, which used to be my little news type weekly news segment, there's a couple things that end up probably needing attention or suggestion or thought, but they don't necessarily fit into one video category or another. So I'm going to hit you with a couple of them today. If you just want to hear my voice or something like that, you can minimize it or whatever. You don't have to sit there and look at my ugly mug the entire time, and I won't have too much scrolling on the screen, just a few things. But anyway, one of the things, if you're a gamer, a PC builder, or anybody that's in tech right now, you know that there's a silicon shortage, and you know that it is very, very difficult to get some things like CPUs, central processing units, and GPUs especially, the graphics processors, the video cards that go in everybody's computer, very, very difficult to get right now. Especially if you're a gamer or a system builder or something, you're very much aware of this. Now, with the onslaught of scalpers and mining and all that other stuff going on, the video card market is almost completely dried up. There is one small segment, though, where you might still be able to, at least for a little while, be able to score yourself something that you can use in the meantime, or that might end up, you might be able to upgrade or something like that further on. I'm talking about system integrators selling their full-blown PC builds. Now, this isn't as fun for people like me that like to build their own, but there are more and more companies out there that are building custom-type computers that aren't too bad, and now you can get some of them from companies like Cyberpunk, iBuyPower, and even Dell with Alienware systems. That sometimes you can get these down, maybe close to $1,100 or $1,200, depending on how it's configured, and then go down. For instance, like Cyberpunk and iBuyPower both, and I'll kind of leave a little thing on the screen here. You can go down to their section, and they've got it laid out where you can select the different types of modules, or say memory or cases or whatever extras or whatever that you want, including video cards. Now, to get something like an RTX 3060 or an RTX 3060 Ti is not too expensive, but as I've been watching these over the past week or so, prices have gone up a couple $100 and availability has gone out. This was like a 1 week lag time. Now it's getting to be 3 to 6 weeks, and I'm afraid that it's going to go some way. There's some retailers now that are offering systems that don't have a video card at all in them. So if it's something you can afford and it's something you really, really need to do, maybe you can, and maybe it's a thing too where you can kind of skimp on some of the other stuff in there, maybe decrease or get a cheaper processor and less memory and get the little discount there and make up some of that extra, maybe 150 or whatever, or maybe as much as 300 or something for the other video card, or maybe sell the rest of the stuff that's in the case. Who knows? I don't know. But if they're really, really trying to get a video card, or you're trying to get a computer, that might be the way to go. But beware, they're probably not going to last very long, because a lot of people are jumping on this bandwagon, and it's bound to just, like I said, prices are already going up, availability is already going away, so it's going to be something more difficult to try to do. Anyway, that's it on the hardware. So I really, it's just going to be having to look, but more and more people like me that like to build systems are giving in and saying, you know what, maybe your best bet is to go ahead and buy a full system right now. So it's the only advice I can give. As far as gaming is concerned, games, Cyberpunk 2077 finally put a release out. I believe it was yesterday or today. Yesterday, I believe it was. They finally released their patch 1.2. This is far and away overdue. When the game came out, as anybody that's a gamer knows, this was highly anticipated, highly sought after, and highly criticized when it came out, because it was just horrible and it was totally unplayable on last generation consoles. My computer is not too bad. It's got an RTX 2070, which handles things very well. It's got an 8-core 16-thread processor. So I'm really happy. But even with that, with regular settings, I was only getting 42 frames a second, which is playable, but not great. and some people it was completely unplayable. The number of glitches and everything in the system were horrible, and this update now, this version 1.2 update, includes over 100 fixes, over 100 bug fixes for this update. So it's pretty insane, and I can only hope that CD Projekt Red learns from a company like Hello Games, who 4 years ago, a little over 4 years ago now, put out No Man's Sky. Now, No Man's Sky was supposed to be an open world, and you could play with friends, you could meet other people, it was all procedurally generated and random and all that other stuff. A huge project. And when it came out, it was a huge disappointment. But what they have done since then, they've put out over 40 updates, every one of them free. They have never charged another penny other than just for the game itself. And it's now, 4 years later, it's still a fast-growing game. It's still got a huge following, and it's far more than they ever promised. And they keep making it better and better. And they even released another update. I believe that was today. That was about 6 gig. The Cyberpunk update was about 25 gig. So if you're playing Cyberpunk and Call of Duty Warzone, your hard drive's full. Sorry. But I mean, I can only hope they learn from a company like Hello Games that is now, like I said, this is their 40th update. Now, this one was a decent sized update, but not all of them have been that big. But I mean, your first major update is taking care of over 100 things, and it's 25 gig, and it's wow. That's all I can say is just wow. I mean, there's not really even any words for it, So hopefully, especially if you're on a last generation console and still do have it and did get a refund or anything like that for it, hopefully maybe this patch will make it playable. Leave me something in the comments below and tell me if you were able to run it now or if it's any better. I'm gonna play around with it a little bit over the weekend on my machine and see what happens. But all we can do is look at it and try, right? Who knows? So we'll see. And then my final thought today is something that I recently, obviously you're more than likely you're watching this video. If you're watching it on YouTube. I've also started posting videos on a platform called Odysee, Odysee.com, which is the LBRY or the library.tv. Its library is a I don't want to say it is a platform, but it is a blockchain platform, and this means that everything that is on this platform, if you upload a video to YouTube, it goes to their set of servers, and then somebody's in control of that. And if they don't like your content, they can, make your views go away, or they can, block your content, or they can just not their algorithm kind of keeps your video from showing up, whatever the deal is. And so, or it can be taken down completely if it violates any kind of rules that they may have. I'm not going to go completely into it, but if you violate their standards, they can take your video down, and you might have to fight to get it put back up, because maybe they don't even tell you why it was taken down. They just say it violates their standards. So blockchain is not like that. The blockchain is something that is a huge network of computers that each hold that type of information. So it's not on one computer or one server. It could be on 10,000 servers or 100,000 servers or 1,000,000 servers. So, or 1,000,000 computers or whatever. Each thing has a piece of it. So every little thing, it is totally decentralized, and it is something, if blockchain doesn't quite sound familiar, think of more of, say, some of your digital coins now, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stuff like that, Dogecoin, or Dogcoin, depending on who you're talking to. Those are also blockchain type platforms. Now, blockchain is not just used for currency. Blockchain is also used for secure documents. Say if you're getting a loan from a bank, that can be done over a blockchain. But it's decentralized, and it is very secure. So it's very difficult to crack or hack, because somebody can change one copy of it, but there's 999,000 other copies out there that say the other thing. So you have to be able to identify and make sure all of them match. So that's why it's very secure and very, very difficult to try to crack or break or anything. The problem with that is library does use something called a credit, which is like a token they use to reward users or content creators so that they can tip each other, or you earn those when you're say watching videos, or when you post videos, you pay a certain amount to post your video, and then hopefully if people are watching or something like that, then you have a way of earning some of that back for participating. So it's very much used to encourage participation and to help things out, but the Securities and Exchange Commission for the United States government sees that as a currency. Now, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, all that stuff, those are currencies. But when you have a blockchain like Library that has something like a credit, or has something like a token, that's the same thing as if you go into your local mall, maybe 20 years ago, if you went into your mall and you put your dollar bill in the machine and you got out 5 tokens to go play your video games with. Or if you buy baseball cards, people buy and sell and trade baseball cards, and you can't tell me that if you open up a pack of baseball cards and you buy the pack for $1 and you find one that's in there that's worth $20 or $50, don't tell me you're not going to make more than your dollar back off of that. It's an investment, and it's usually exchanged for something else. Also, don't tell me you've never gone and played at Dave & Buster's or Chuck E. Cheese and cashed in all those damn tickets for something. That's an exchange, but it's not a currency. So those are the types of things, and like I said, the Securities and Exchange Commission has now decided that because it's not a registered currency, it's not allowed. But remember, neither is Bitcoin, neither is Ethereum, and all these Litecoin or any of these other ones that are out there either. They're not registered through the SEC either. So we'll see what happens with this. Kind of keep your ears out and all that stuff. But if this goes south, it could be a major blow to blockchain itself and the whole process. And if they start wondering why companies, technology companies, don't want to incorporate inside the United States because of things like this, they got to scratch their own head and kind of pay attention and look in the mirror. So don't know where this is going to go, but I do know one thing for sure. I am going to still be on that platform. I'll leave a link to that below as well. And you know, we'll see what happens. But like I said, there was nothing in this video that has to do with anything else. There was a couple of different things that fell through the cracks and I didn't belong in any other video, so I figured I would mention them in this one. And I hope you got something out of it, or at least thought of something, or heard something today that just kind of like, oh, okay, cool. It was worth listening to. If it was, you know, leave me a like. If it wasn't, you know, you can leave me a thumbs down, but tell me why you did. And you're free to share. Welcome to leave any kind of comments or something like that. Please do hit that subscribe button. I need subscribers. I'm trying to hit 200. Trying to hit 200, say, by the end of May. Is that fair? 200 by the end of May? I think we can do that. Anyway, that's all I got for right now, folks. So you're welcome to do all those YouTube things. And until the next time, I'll see you later.